What up, though? This your dope boy Troy Ave, New York City's own, the Savior Kingpin. And right now, you rocking out with Star Power, ENT, BSB Records, Powder.
This is Star Power Entertainment, and right now we're rocking out with the one and only Troy Ave. He just touched down in Boston. Tell him why you're here.
I'm here to, represent for the city, man. Represent for the East Coast and come out here and touch the people. Since I've been getting a lot of love, it's only right I come out and reciprocate the love.
Now, is this your first time in Boston?
Nah, definitely not. I've been to Boston a few times. You know what I'm saying? This is my first time here at least. And it's definitely a dope experience.
So what do you like about the city the most since you've been here a few times?
I like this food spot that y'all got. What's the spot that we ate at? Damn, Legal Seafood. I like Legal Seafood a lot. Yeah, they stuffed shrimp. I like Legal Seafood. I like a few of the women. I like that too.
Okay, cool. Shout out to Boston women.
Yeah, women and food, Definitely hate the Celtics. We're
gonna have to cut that out.
No, it's all good. We got the Brooklyn Celtics now, so it's all good.
Yeah.
I ain't tripping.
The stepchild.
Nah, it's alright. We had to come repo y'all team, bring them where they need to be. So it's all good. Y'all got a chip out of them, Other than that, I love everything.
That's cool. So let's talk about this album. You've been getting a lot of good reviews from critics and from the streets. And so I want to know from your perspective, you always say you knew this was going to happen. How did you know?
Because I worked hard for that. I trained for that. It's like if you run a certain time in a 40-yard dash or whatever, it's like you trained for that. You knew what you was going to do. I knew what I was capable of, you know what I'm saying? And I told people it was going to be nothing short of greatness. And I delivered that. I proved that as a man. Like, I come from the streets. You got is your word and your balls, you know what I mean? And my word is 100 gold. Like, your word is basically your credit. So, like, if your credit score is good or 800, my word, my credit in the streets, my street credit is at 800. So, when you say you're going to do something, you have to do it. And I said I was going to do this, and there was nothing else that I could do. Or I would shame my whole city and shame my team, my people. Everybody had been supporting and believing in me, and I would never do that.
Do you feel any pressure? Because now you have these incredible, amazing reviews, right? Do you feel any pressure going into your next project?
Nah, there's no pressure at all. It's like a bodybuilder who just lifted, maybe 400 pounds over his head, and then he knows, all right, I need to do another 400 or 420. If you did 400, if you just keep working, you could do more. So there's no pressure at all. I know all that I'm gonna do, because it's not like I have no formula from other people and I have writers or something doing shit for me, or I gotta get with this producer, I gotta work with Timberland, or the formula's not gonna work. I got my own producers. I got a nigga from Rhode Island named John Cena who is dope as fuck. You know what I'm saying? All my shit is homegrown. I don't need the mad big ass producers be reaching out to me now, and I be like, what you want me to do? Like, I get on the beat. You want me to do a feature for you or something? Like, I'm gonna charge you. Like, I don't want to sit in the studio and make a million songs with niggas. And I don't do that, because once I tell my story on a song, the story's gone. I can't never tell it again. I got my own sound. That's what people fuck up at. They gain success from what they did with their in-house producers coming up, and everybody loved them and that sound, and then they feel like they're on another level. Now I gotta work with Pharrell. Now I gotta go work with Timberland. Now I gotta go work with Mike Will and shit. That ain't the sound. The sound is the new sound, and I'm ushering in. And I could do this shit a million times over, and I'm gonna dictate the sound, so there's no pressure. I dictate the style and the sound of my city. So there's no pressure at all, not one bit. I feel good.
That's good. Can you tell us what producers have reached out to you, and then you had to be like, you weren't in-house when I was trying to come up?
Yeah, nah, because I don't want to diss them niggas. I might get some money with them later on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, a few of them. It's a few of them, definitely. If you see me on records with big producers, just know they cut me a check.
I hear you. I want to bring it back a little bit. Powder to the people, right? That ad-lib now, like, Powder is a serious ad-lib. What was going through your mind when you came up with that?
I actually did. That was like I rhymed my ad-libs, and I did a song. I did a remix I think it was a key mix at that time, the Hustle Hard by Ace Hood. And it was like something. I had a show in Texas, and I was rapping, and something happened, and that part of the song came up, and it was like something with the sour, dun, 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 the whole crowd said powder. I was like, oh shit, this shit is sticking, alright. So I started just using that, but it was really me shouting out my name, which is Troy Ave Harry Powder. You know what I mean? So like if somebody saying their name, so I just be like Powder. You know what I mean? So that's what it ended up being.
What's changed in your life the most since your recent success? Like that wasn't happening before. Like what's been the most drastic change?
I ain't really had no changes like that. I be doing a lot of the same shit, cause it ain't like I'm doing no mad fly shit. It ain't like I'm getting paid crazy old rap. Like I've been had money, I've been driving nice ass cars, been fucking with mad nice looking chicks. It ain't no real different. It's just that now I'm getting more radio play. I still got my same friends and shit. It ain't nothing ain't really changed. I'm getting more radio play, and now I'm doing more shows. So like nothing, it ain't like I was fucking dead broke and now I just got lifted into lifestyles of the rich and famous. So it's just chilling. Everything is the same.
To cap it off, what do you want someone that's hearing Troy Ave for the first time? Not everyone knows who Troy Ave is, but everyone's gonna know, right? So what do you want people to know after listening to your music? When they listen to New York City, the album, what do you want them to leave with?
I want them to know that my music is honest, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what a lot of the music, the rap has been missing, is the honesty. Everything ain't about a party or fucking getting high or fucking bitches or like just as old people rap about. There's no substance. I got mad substance in my music, you know what I'm saying? And I want people to just take that from my music, the substance. And I'm the only artist from New York that's gonna tell you what New York City, what Brooklyn is like from the street perspective in this present day and time. I'm the only person that's gonna do that. That's a fact. And the last person to do that was Jay-Z with Reasonable Doubt. And nobody else could do that because they ain't there, they ain't lived that, and they not gonna be living that. And they haven't been on the level of the street that I was on to say that. So if you wanna know, if you live in Idaho or something, or you live in Dallas, Texas, or wherever, and you wanna know, like when I went to know what Atlanta was like, I listened to T.I. trap music, and that made me like, oh, okay, this is what Atlanta is like. You know what I'm saying? When I really didn't get what they was talking about, but I guess when I used to hear Snoop Dogg, I heard Snoop Dogg and I was like, oh, this is what everybody in West Coast is like, you know what I mean? With these other Chuck ass niggas rapping, they not giving you what we niggas don't wear dresses in my hood at all. That's not acceptable. That's not acceptable at all. That's a fact. You got niggas who hang out in Manhattan in the city, which is some corny shit, and then you got people that actually hang out in the streets, in the aggressive parts, you know what I'm saying? So you can't have other people representing for everybody when that ain't what we are, and that ain't what my city is about. So they just gotta know that if you want the authentic thing, you wanna know what this Troy Ave shit is, then you wanna know what Brooklyn, New York City is, then you get it from Troy Ave, you know what I mean? You don't get it from nowhere else.
So it's fair to say you're the voice of New York.
Yeah, it's fair to say I represent Brooklyn, New York, the best way that it has been represented over a decade. I represent Brooklyn. I'm gonna say Brooklyn, New York. I don't know it of it. I got the best body of work from New York City in over a decade. That's with 50 Cent shit. And I represent Brooklyn, the best that has been represented since Jay-Z. So that's probably 20 years, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta remember, Brooklyn is broken up into Queens, Manhattan, Staten Island and shit like that. So I'm not a lying ass nigga. I don't know what they doing in the Bronx because I'm not from there. But I can say that I represent Brooklyn the right way, and I represent New York overall. I got the best music out of any borough, you know what I'm saying? And I know, like, we got different slangs in Brooklyn and they doing Queens and shit like that, you know what I mean? So I just represent Brooklyn, New York.
There you go. You heard it from Troy Ave himself. We're at Laced in Boston, and you're rocking out with Star Power ENT. Check us out.